Welcome to the First World Trade Fair in England, in London, in 1851. So this is the Crystal Palace. You might know it as a football team now, and you may have seen many photos of it, not looking quite like this in all its glory. But as you can see, this is a beautiful drawn image with green grass and absolutely stunning feature with the two steeples at either side, smoke coming out the chimneys. Really lots of people, beautiful drawing. And here's a photograph. And as you can see, from two of these are photographs. The top right one's quite recent. The bottom one's supposed to be of the time because photography was well invented in 1851. Yeah, there's very little photographs. So we're just going to talk about the drawings and a little bit on the photos today. But actually, the more I look into this, the more I think it didn't even happen. Because none of the photographs have any people in them. None of them. They're all drawings. And I didn't know that till today. So, here's more drawings. There's that photograph again. Another photograph on the top. Beautiful, stunning building, waterways. They said it was all made out of papier-mâché and nothing but the glass, apart from the glasses and wrought iron, you know. But they said it was all built in a year. View of the new building for the Great Exhibition in 1851. Yeah, all them little things on top as well. What are they with the little flags? She looks a bit mud flooded with the grass and the hill there. Here's a photograph. Here's an actual little thing, an actual photograph. Not a soul in sight, as you can see. You can see the big steeple thing. And look at the detail and the huge building that the Crystal Palace was. All the staircases and the statues and the wrought iron lights, you know, in 1851. Still no electricity. It was still gas that was powering everything in Britain. I know I had a house that was built in 1880 in the UK. It had all the gas pipes. There was no electricity. Yet the Crystal Palace lit up, illuminated. Here's more drawings. It looks a bit like Lowry with his matchstick men and matchstick cats and dogs. So you can see they've put flags on all the top of these. They're not flags aren't on the top of all of them. But some of them. Flag. This is mine. That's, you know, put a flag when we landed on the moon, whatever. So the Crystal Palace was moved and used for decades. Victorian Britain put out a grand welcome at the Great Exhibition. Though there were at first some unwelcome visitors, the Crystal Palace was so enormous that large elm trees of Hyde Park were enclosed within the building. There was a concern that sparrows still nesting high up in the enormous trees would saw visitors as well as exhibits. Bullshit, not sparrow shit. Prince Albert mentioned the problem of eliminating the sparrows to his friend, the Duke of Wellington. The elderly hero of Waterloo coldly suggested sparrowhawks. Hello. It's unclear exactly how the sparrow problem was solved because there wasn't one. But at the end of the Great Exhibition, the Crystal Palace was carefully disassembled and the sparrows could once again nest in the Hyde Park elms. I've heard this story everywhere. It's one of the, you know, a bit like the Captain Cook thing. Once you start looking, it's the same little bit of writing. It's all they've got. The spectacular building was moved to another location at Sydenham, where it enlarged, really got bigger than that, and transformed into a permanent attraction. It remained in use for 85 years until it was destroyed in a fire in 1936. And that's where I've copied it from. Funny that everything goes up in flames, and fire. Inside the palace. Don't think that's actual, the Crystal Palace. Maybe a bit of it left. So here's more drawings. Here's all the flags, the houses, the coat of arms, some of the Antiquitech. I do believe all this was here, a lot of it. I just don't believe the people were. And I don't believe the trade fair happened like this. I think the dark photographs is about all that really happened. So there's the crystal I spoke of in the last video, the top right picture. There's the crystal water fountain. There's the figure eight, like the look at that, just floating. It looks like in midair. It's like a bandstand. The bandstands, I think, were part of the free energy as well of the old world. And what the hell's this thing? Antiquitech, free energy. That's what all of this stuff was. They've stolen it all the technology of the old world. Look at that. Looks like, I don't even know what that is. Some lighthouse, Darth Vader looking thing. There's the crystal waterfall again. What's in this one? United States of America. Yeah, look at that. There it is. Oh, it's like a chandelier thing. There's crystal things. All drawings. There's some horses and what's going on down there. Beautiful drawings, and there's so many. You know, sometimes you only find one or two drawings, but there's freaking heaps. So here's an actual photograph, and there'll be a few more now. There's one of the elm trees with the sparrows, because they built these amazing things around trees, massive growing trees. Yeah, that they were just going to rip it down and move it somewhere else. We just know that didn't happen. These trees have grown. Look at this. Look at the flora and fauna in here, because it's a big greenhouse. And that's what it was. Oh, that's just dawned on me as well. I love having aha moments when I'm sharing. So this Crystal Palace, obviously it was a greenhouse, and this is what it really looked like inside. This is what it really was. Look at all them massive statues. Now there's theories that statues were returned to stone, you know, the Medusa look, or in the last cataclysm with the blue beam, because some of the statues are so beautiful. Or maybe it was the geopolymer. They were all moulded. Doubt most of them were carved with a little chisel, like we're told. So the shape of this water feature in the middle will, what's it look like? It's a bit like a key, or the Kabbalah, Metatron. I'm sure with this shape it is for a reason. But again, nobody. Not a single soul in sight. Here's the photographs of the earth. This is an actual photograph as well. Like I said, there's not many. This is things I got from Egypt. Found, no doubt. But all around is wrought iron and glass. Wrought iron and glass in 1851. Again, another photograph of all the water features. Now, water, you know, they only had horse and cart in 1851 in Britain. No electricity, no power tools. Yet they build all this, them huge water, and they look like steam was coming out on another photo of these big pillars at the side, because there's one at each side as well. And all these waterways, you know, and when you look at it as well on a map, it built on the old waterways in England, which there's dams and waterways everywhere. Again, photographs, no people. That's the same one, mine. But look at this as well. Huge water features. Plants and grass and trees that, you know, they haven't just popped up. This has just been made to look neater. This has been found, and they've just tidied it up. Here's an aerial view. This looks like a photograph as well. Not sure this is, can't tell the date on that one. An aeroplane view of Crystal Palace. Really? Look at all these buildings. It's giant. Look at the size of this. Now there, down underneath the little tiny houses, that right in the middle bottom is a 3-story building. That's a 3-story huge building. And look at the size of this place. What a crock of shit. They found this, just like they found the palaces, just like everything was founded. That's what it says on all the side of these buildings. It doesn't say they were built. It says they were founded in that they were found dead. They were found with nobody in them because a lot of the human race had been wiped out. And this, I think, is only a couple of 100 years ago. Drawings of all these people in fancy coats and fancy dresses. Yeah, kings and queens, you know. It's a story. It's a narrative. The flags, everything. It's all bullshit. We've all been fed these lies that kings and queens rule and that we have cultures. Every single person's culture, I think, on this, just about, maybe not some of the indigenous, real to the Mama Gaia, you know, people around the world. That's maybe as it has been for a long time. But the rest of us that watch movies, that's all we're watching all the time. We just live in a big, really good movie. Wow, look at all that. I mean, it's fascinating, all this stuff, but really, it just looks like a big supermarket, eh? Shopping, like Selfridges. Crystal Palace and its contents, look at that. An illustrated cyclopedia of the Great 8 exhibition. And that crystal, remember it's crystal glass water thing. And it's all the nobles and their dog, look. All come to see what's going on. All the posh people with all the money that have found all this. Flags, were the flags the houses, families of the controllers? Very likely. Very likely. There's some of the weird antiquitech again. And here, this is where they're introducing the cultures. Splitting us, putting us literally into these boxes. So we were all put into these little boxes, all given different things to wear, different things to speak. I know I'm maybe not going to be too popular with all this, but that's okay, because I'm slagging myself off too. I'm a part of this. I've got to own it, peeps, because it's our time to shine, you know. Conscious, this is just stuff, this is just a movie. What's real is the love and the consciousness within all of our own hearts. More drawings of the people that are, you know, they look like they've been stuck on the side even afterwards, some of these drawings. Wow. It's impressive, eh? I love shopping. I'd love to go around this. It'd be amazing. But I don't think many people actually did. I think this was the first. Might about write a book drawing. Yeah, I don't think it happened. I do believe the drawings happened and this was put into people's heads, but I don't know. I'd like to see evidence. I thought it did happen until today. And when I realised there's just no photographs, it's just drawings. Wow, look at these things. I do think all the stuff was there, a lot of it. The antiquitech, you know, a lot of it still stands in, it's still in Dunedin in New Zealand. There's still a lot of the antiquitech there. Cultures, yeah, we'll give them these things to wear. Technology, this again, I'm only seeing this one picture of any of this, so I don't really know what's going on with a lot of this. Steam power, probably. Huge machinery. People just standing about, they haven't got a clue how to use any of it, they pretend that these two dudes at the front, no, I don't think so. Again, still a drawing. Still a drawing. But wow, look at that. To the galleries. And there's the cross everywhere. Heaven's Cross, what we've just gone through this week with the 22nd of March and the equinox. There's all the zoos, human zoos, they called them, all the sculptures, which are ginormous. Look at the little tiny people. Look at how tiny they've even drawn these people. So, you know, I think that's maybe to scale of what the people would, how big they would be. Yeah, and this is some of the commemorative marketing. So they had coins and mugs they've made. We all know how marketing works. So thank you for watching. and until the next one, big love you all. Thank you.